Hi, everyone. We're still waiting for a few more folks to join. So just give it a couple of minutes and we should get started soon. In the meantime, as more people are joining in, we will launch a quick poll. So while you're waiting, here are a few questions. We'll love to see how you guys are thinking about the Thai stock market. And have you ever invested in the Thai stock market? So let's hear from the audience as to what your current experience is with the Thailand stock market. I'll keep it here for a couple more minutes and then we get started. Okay, let's get started. Before we go ahead, shall we see the results of the poll? Okay, so interesting. Looks like most of our um, audience today, they have not yet invested into the Thailand stock market. So, Tanya, hopefully after today's session, the numbers will flip to the other side. But in terms of their feeling, they're either on the bullish side or on the neutral side. So those are the more predominant sections. So there is definitely interest, and we'll love to hear your thoughts as we go into the meat of today's session.
Oh, thank you, Ritesh.
Awesome. Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to today's session. I'm Ritesh, and today we are covering Thailand's economic revival, top blue chip stocks to invest in. So that's the topic for today. The reason we are doing this is because Thailand is the second biggest economy in Southeast Asia. So the first or the highest GDP economy is Indonesia, and after that it's Thailand with more than $500 billion in terms of GDP, and growing at a pretty substantial rate. So there is definitely, in terms of major economies in the Southeast Asian region, Thailand plays a major role there. And again, we are lucky to have today Tanyaluck with us to cover in more detail how investors in Singapore can invest into Thailand, sitting here in Singapore and through the Singapore stock market. So this is now a possibility. This was something that was a little bit more harder for you to do maybe a few years back. But with more innovations and more changes, now it is possible for you to be here in Singapore and invest into these stocks sitting in Singapore and through the Singapore Stock Exchange as well. So in terms of the agenda today, number one, we will quickly go through an introduction of Syfe, who we are. Then we will move on. I'll pass on the stage to Tanya, and she will cover the economic outlook of Thailand, understanding the Thai blue chip stocks. What are the key, major stocks dominating the Thailand stock market, key performance and trends, and most importantly, how do you access these investments via Scythe, right? And then we will also open it up to Q&A. So if you have any questions, just raise it. There was, I think, the pigeonhole. If you can go back a couple of slides so we can highlight the QR code again. So please scan this QR code or type in this code itself in pigeonhole.at Syfe 2024, and you will be able to post questions over there. All right, so let's go through the introduction part. Great. So I'm Ritesh. I head up investments and advisory at Syfe. I'm primarily responsible to develop the overall investment product suite at Syfe across the region. And before joining Syfe, I was at Goldman Sachs. I used to cover ultra-high net worth individuals, family offices, and corporates. And I have an extensive experience in the institutional space, having started my journey at Morgan Stanley, where I used to be a VP for market risk. Looking forward to this session today, and thanks everyone for joining in. Next, we have Tanya. So Tanya, thanks again for joining us today. I'll just do a short intro for you as well. So Tanya, she is the SGX Academy trainer, but more importantly, she's the AVP of Business Development for Retail Equities and Futures for RHB Securities Thailand PCL. In short, she's known as Am. So Am brings over 10 years of experience in the financial industry, and particularly in the global trading and into the Thai stocks as well. And her extensive experience includes educating Thai investors, investment consultants, insurance agents, and anyone who is interested in trading and investing into the equity markets, particularly in Thailand, and also on the global exchanges. And she's a regular speaker at various events such as Set in the City, Thailand Money Expo, and more. And since 2023, she's served as the SGX Academy trainer. So Am, thanks so much for joining us today, and really look forward to your insights into the Thai market.
Thank you, Ritesh. Should I say ขอบคุณค่ะ and สวัสดี good evening, everyone.
Awesome. Was that in the Thai language? I was just trying to infer. Is that good evening? Does that mean good evening?
The first one is thank you, ขอบคุณค่ะ in Thai, and the other one is สวัสดีค่ะ. It's mean like greeting.
Got it. Awesome. Yeah. So we learn some key words from Thai language as well today. Awesome. So let's kickstart this with a quick introduction to Syfe, and without further ado, I'll then pass it over to you, Am. So I know like most of the folks who have joined in today are existing investors, so I don't need to go through in detail what Syfe does, but essentially Syfe is built as a digital investment platform and with a mission to transform the way you can manage your money and invest your money as well. And our intent is to continue developing the best tools and resources so that you can improve, your long-term financial positions and attain better outcomes in life. And to that extent, if you go on to the next slide, we are one of the, just one slide back, please. Yes. So we are one of the only platforms in Singapore which manages all your investments in one place. So if you have a need where you don't know how to invest, or you don't have a clear idea in terms of picking your own securities, then we have our managed solutions where we pre-create portfolios according to different investment goals and objectives that you have, and then you can automate your investment through us, and we will manage it for you, right? So that's on our managed portfolio side of things. We also have a brokerage platform, and this is where essentially if you are someone who likes to invest into individual securities and want to take views on the market, you can very easily do so through our brokerage platform. And then last but not the least, we also have a cash offering. And this is where a lot of investors begin their journey. And when they are looking to elevate the yields that they get compared to what you get in the bank accounts, etc., our cash management solutions at very, very low risk can give you much better outcomes in terms of yields. And that's what makes it hugely popular. And a lot of investors, as I said, start their journey on our cash side. And then as they learn more about our brokerage and managed portfolios, they also start to invest according to their individual objectives and their risk preferences, etc. So this is something that you will see only in Syfe versus a lot of platforms. They will be, either just in one bucket or the other, versus we are trying to cover everything holistically, and you will also see a lot more guidance, etc., coming in as we move forward. In terms of our journey so far, yes, we've had over 5 years since we launched in Singapore, and it's really been a journey of innovation for us. We have continued to get very solid support from our backers who see us as a key enabler, whether it is to democratize access to investment vehicles across the globe, or making it more affordable and transparent for everyone to invest according to their convictions, as well as giving you advice and guidance. So when it comes to innovation, you see the launch of these different tools, whether it is the Syfe trading or the brokerage platform, or these other initiatives that we did last year, especially on guaranteed cash offerings, as well as income portfolios, which was powered by PIMCO. And that has really helped us achieve all these awards as well. So thank you so much for putting the trust with us. And we look forward to bringing more solutions and guidance to you as we move forward. All right, next. Yes, so it brings us to the next part where basically I will hand it over to Am, and I will let you take over to cover the more exciting section of today's webinar and go through the economic outlook of Thailand first, and then the subsequent sections to give people more actionable ideas in terms of deploying money into the Thai market as well.
Okay, thank you, Ritesh. So, hello everyone. Today for the Thailand economic outlook, I will be more like storytelling about our economic outlook this year. Be like, okay, next please. Okay, first of all, let's have a look on a summary of our economic outlook in the first half of this year. Earlier, at the beginning of this year, it's actually our GDP, Thai GDP was forecast to grow at 2.7% from the tourist and the service sector. But then by the end of the first quarter, many research center, many research house revised the GDP of this year from the growth of 2.7 to be 2.5%. Because of the tourist number is not meet our expectation, especially from the China, which is the major target of the Thai government on the tourist sector. So that was the result of the China economy that we already know that still facing some difficulties. And actually, not only the China, our government promote the tourist sector by using the free visa between China and Thailand. It's not only China and Thailand, it's actually expand to the other country also. Second of all, the government promote the secondary city tourism. What does the secondary city tourism mean? It means that the government promote the domestic, the local people, or even the foreigner to travel to the secondary cities, that the city that you never heard before, but they actually have something to travel, or some ancient, some museum, or the national park in there. So this is what the government trying to do. But after all of these factors, our economic fundamentals still facing the downward in the first half of this year from the limit growth of the merchandise export. As you already know that the Thailand is our GDP is also part of the merchandise export and the electronic component export. And the slowdown of the internal domestic demand and the delay of the government budget spending that was delayed 6 months of this year budget. And also the household and the small business with the rising debt in the country, which is not look good, right? I think it's not that look good, but it's actually have something good in the second half of this year, which I will tell you later. Next, please. Next. Okay. For our second half, we are expecting that our economy will be perform better. From the resolving from the government spending that was delayed 6 months. It's actually delayed 6 months because of the last year we got a new government, right? And then there is some issue and dispute among the government. So that's why the government spending budget was delayed with the big project. So this delay will be end by the second half of this year. Along with the rebound of the export of the global export part of the Thailand, that along with the global demand recovery and growth in the tourist sector, that we see the number starting to grow in the second quarter. And also we are expecting that the Bank of Thailand will be cut the rate this year one time in the second half of this year. So the Bank of Thailand or the MPC, the Monetary Policy Committee, will be likely to cut the rate from like 2.5% to 2.25% in this coming September meeting. Actually, despite the concern from the impact of losing their fiscal steaming policy from the government program called digital wallet, that you already see that our Bank of Thailand, the head of the Bank of Thailand, has like giving the press conference and talking about the dispute about with the government, but it actually will be resolved this year. So resulting to the Thai baht that people may concern a lot. The Thai baht is remain high volatility due to the domestic and the Fed policy. In the short-term view, from the RHB House, we are expecting that the Thai baht against the US dollar will be like 35.8 to 36.8. But in the long term, with the economic recovery, it will be more on like 35 to 36 Thai baht against the US dollar. So in conclusion, we are expecting that our second half of this year will be better than the first half, from resolving the government spending budget, the BOT cut the rates, and the rebound on the export. So this is about the Thai economy so far. So let's moving on to like the Thai blue chip stock. I think everyone is waiting for because I saw the poll that not many are investing in Thailand, right? So let me give you like some information about the Thai stock blue chip. As you can see, our Thai stock blue chip, I have captured the Thai top 20 blue chip stock showing in the list, and some of them you already invested in. You can invest it in the SDR also. The first one is Delta, as you can see.
Sorry to pause you, but maybe if you could help the audience in terms of understanding what SDRs are as well.
Oh. Okay, SDR. What SDR is? SDR is actually the listed Thai stock that listed in the SGX. So it means that this SDR, you can invest in the Thai stock in the Singapore exchange, or even through the Scythe platform.
Got it. Yes. So as Am was mentioning, basically, these are Thailand stocks which are now available for trading in the Singapore Stock Exchange. They are packaged in the format which is called SDRs. And to draw a parallel, they are in a way similar to what ADRs are in the US, right?
Correct.
Where if you look at some Chinese companies like Alibaba, Baidu, etc., they will have their ADRs listed there.
Yes, that's right.
So it's very much similar, I would argue, correct?
Yes, yes. I think it's very like convenient for the Singapore investor because if you have to invest in Thailand, you have to wire transfer or do open the account in even in Thailand or even with the you're a broker in Singapore. But the fee is not very like healthy if comparing like if you invest in Thailand. And I think Thai baht is also the essential part if you invest directly to our market, because you will be confusing with the our regulation if you invested directly.
So would it be correct to say that these stocks are available in SGD in
Correct.
the
Yes.
SGX market, right? So in a way, you don't need to convert your money. You can invest into the Thai economy through these SDR stocks, and most of the SDR stocks that you will be covering today are these blue chip, stocks which have billions of dollars in market cap, and they have a much more established business models and sustainable business models as well. So yeah, look forward to hearing more about these companies.
Yes, it's actually this company the top 20 of blue chip of Thailand. If you already travel, you've been travel to Thailand, or you read the news about Thailand, you will see all of this business all over the countries, and even and especially on the 8 SDR listed in the SGX. For example, the airport of Thailand, and the airport of Thailand definitely is Suvarnabhumi and Don Mueang Airport. Okay, let me give like a in-depth example for the SDR, so that we can like because we have a limited time, right? So we will be looking for like only this specific 8 SDR among our Thailand blue chip stock. Okay, the first one is the Delta Electronic. Actually, Delta Electronic, or your SGX symbol is TDED, right? It's actually the first of like the first one, the largest market cap so far right now. And the sector is like the electronic components. Actually, what their business is, they're selling the electronic components and export the electronic components part. So basically, Delta is like the most traded counter in among Thai people, because as you know that in Thailand we don't have the IT development company and software company or the AI company listed in our stock exchange. So Delta is kind of representative of this group. And as you can see, please go to like the next 2 slides. Okay, another one. Yes, as you can see, Delta asset and the Delta revenue is growing every year because of the they sell the components, the electronic components part, which is very essential to like the technology growing trend. Okay, please go back to the SDR list. Okay, the other one is the Airport of Thailand. The Airport of Thailand is actually you already know the Airport of Thailand. If you travel to Thailand, you will have to like arrive at the Suvarnabhumi Airport or Don Mueang Airport or even Hat Yai Airport. So the Airport of Thailand is actually owns all international airports in Thailand. I think as we have 6 international airports. Despite the 6 international airports, they also own these domestic airports, like 30 airports all over the countries. And for the other one is the advanced info service. The advanced info service is like the service provider, the telecommunication service provider, similar to the Singtel. And for the PPT exploration and production, this company is part of like the PPT or the National Energy Company. PPT exploration and production, they actually do like explore and the produce the oil and gas, the natural gas, both onshore and offshore. So the price of the PPT is more like moving along with the oil price. And for the other one is CPO. I think many Singapore investor or many Singaporean have been traveled to Thailand, and you will see that we have like 7-Eleven. Our 7-Eleven is quite like popular in TikTok. So this is the owner of the 7-Eleven, this CPO. And for the Gulf Energy Development, is actually like the company that do the renewable energy, gas and electric. So Gulf Energy Development is subsidiary or supply the energy, the renewable energy to the government, industrial estate, or even the household. So it's pretty big energy company. The second one, another one is Kasikorn Bank. Kasikorn Bank is the most used the digital and the internet banking solution for Thai people in terms of the commercial bank. And Siam Cement, the last one. Siam Cement is like the construction material. Actually, they sell like cement, they sell like the construction materials. So every construction construction company and building use Siam Cement material. So this is like in short for ASDR business among our Thai leadership. I think we still have some time, so let me recap about a little bit on PPT. Sorry, PTTEP. Okay, next one. Okay, this one. Actually, the PPT is like I mentioned, the PPT exploration and production is actually the subsidiary company of the PPT. PPT is the national energy of the nation, which owned by like the Ministry of Finance, more than 50%. It's actually transferred from the state-owned company to the listed company in the exchange. So when next slide, if the oil price, like I mentioned, if the oil price moving, so the PPT behavior price is also moving. So if the investor who like trade commodities and would like to invest in Thai stock, you can have like this one in your watch list. This is the stock that are moving along with the oil price. Okay, for the other one, yes, the ICT sector. This I want to mention that because actually in Thailand, the ICT provider or a mobile provider, we actually used to have 3 big company. But right now we only have 2 big company competing with each other, which is True and Advanced Info Service. Advanced Info Service, or we already know it as an AIS, it's actually the major shareholders is like the InTouch and the Singtel. So basically, Advanced Info Service or the TADD is similar to the Singtel because they are the telecommunication provider, high-speed internet, even Wi-Fi, the household Wi-Fi. So this one is I would like to highlight on because I understand that people in Singapore would be familiar with the Singtel, and if you see that their business is similar to each other, you will be like more comfortable to have a look into the financial book and their business. Okay. So like I mentioned, the Kasikorn Bank, the banking, actually in Thailand, we have many commercial banking, but among of the 4 big banks, the Kasikorn Bank is like the most commercial and internet digitalization with the Thai population the most. Okay. I think everyone should have like the clear picture on the blue chip of Thailand as what their business is and what they are doing right now. Okay, let me have a slide on the top 10 most traded. Yes, okay, thank you. As you can see, among the top 10 most traded in our stock exchange, in Thailand Stock Exchange, uh, four of them are SDR. Also, Kasikorn Bank, Delta Electronics, PPT Exploration and Production, and CPO. So the first two with was not listed in the SDR. So okay, so let's deep dive into like performance and trend on this our stock exchange. Okay, I actually capture the performance on last Friday to show you that the index was closed at 1,311. But today the index was closed at 1,327, increasing like only 10 points. But in these 10 points, it's actually volume of the trading volume is increasing. Next, please. As you can see, I have compared the performance of the Thai Stock Exchange, Straits Time Index, and the KLSE. So if you see the slide, you see the chart, you will see that actually Scythe Index was the worst performance among 3. Actually, this year, in the first half of this year, we quite underperformed. Because of the various factors like our economic fundamental and some political issue a little bit and the side effect from the global economy. Despite our underperform in the first half of this year, the second half of this year, there also are positive factors await for the investor to consider. First, I think that is considered cheap among the region. If you're comparing to the other market like Indonesia, Singapore, or Malaysia, you will see that that is considered cheap if comparing. And the second one is, if you look into the defensive business or the dividend stock that are listed in set, for example, like the bank, the Kasikorn Bank, or the PPTEP, PPT Exploration and Production, you will see that the dividend yield is not that very bad. It's still quite perform with the very cheap price, and the dividend is yield is quite perform. It's worth to consider to invest. And the third one is actually the tourism and the healthcare business are growing steadily in after first quarter, the second quarter, and the beginning of the third quarter. And we actually have like more clarification on the Bank of Thailand. As I mentioned that it seems like the Bank of Thailand will be we are expecting that Bank of Thailand will be cutting the rate to from 2.5 to 2.25% in this coming September meeting. And the government spending on the budget in the second quarter that was being delayed like 6 months will be spending on the second half of this year. And everyone is focusing on the digital wallet. What is the digital wallet? Digital wallet is like the project that government will give the money to Thai citizen and let them spend the money. Just only like 10,000 baht, which the digital wallet program is expecting to boost the GDP by 0.1 to 1% from the forecast. And the authority, the SEC and the stock exchange has restored the bond market confidence. If some people read the news about the Thailand in the past 3 years, you already know that in Thailand we have a situation that bond defaulting, in many bond defaulting. So we kind of losing the confidence during that period. So right now the SEC is restoring the bond market regulations to boost the investor confidence, both local and foreign. However, we actually still have like some political issue, but it's not that hard. It's not that big comparing to the past 10 years. Just only like some constitutional court scheduled to like hearing for the case of Scythe, the prime minister qualification, which is actually to be hearing again in 24th this month, and the dissolution of the Moving Forward Party. But this thing is only like a small part of factors that will be affecting the market. But the most important is the short-term view that going to support the market confidence on the set, especially. Recently we have like the uptick rules. The uptick rules is like the recently new rules that the SEC just released or implement to prevent the set index to like going lower from the short selling or the naked short position that happen in the market from like the high frequency trading or from the program trading. These uptick rules implementing will help like not only some counter but many counters to recover and the market sentiment to recover. It's actually uptick rule just implement on the 1st of July, but in the first 2 weeks of this month the market volume is not that very good. But right now so far set index was increasing with some of the volume, and the report of like the short selling and buy to cover the short position is improving. So the uptick rules that implement in Thailand is affecting. And we also have another adjustment on the Thai ESG fund condition. the Thai ESG fund condition is like the fund that most Thai people will be invest for the tax relief in the third quarter and the fourth quarter. Normally, the Thai ESG condition is the regulation is more like long period, and the size is very large. But right now, the government is expand the condition and reduce the holding of the period. So this will be helping the set index, especially in the top 20 or the blue chip stock, to be the fund is flowing to those blue chip stock who like doing the ESG condition. And lastly, for the short-term view for the set index, the government is trying to restore the Vayu Pak Fund. What is the Vayu Pak Fund mean? Vayu Pak Fund is similar to, it's actually like the government funding, the government asset management, similar to the Temasek Holdings. But in Thailand, we don't have like the Temasek Holdings. In Thailand, so we have to use like the Vayu Pak Fund, so that the government can manage the asset through the Vayu Pak Fund. Right now in Thailand, we have Vayu Pak Fund, two Vayu Pak Fund. The fund size is around, as I recall, 5 trillion Thai baht for each fund size, and is mostly invest in the blue chip stock in the stock exchange. So it will be investing in like PPT, PPT Exploration, Bangkok Bank, Kasikorn Bank, Siam Cement, Airport of Thailand. So if the government can restore the Vayu Pak Fund 3, it means that the fund is flowing to buy those stocks for the Vayu Pak Fund 3. Okay. If you have any question, just feel free to type the question. I will be answer afterward. Okay, so I actually have some stock pick from the RSB Research House. First one is the Airport of Thailand, or the TATD. The Airport of Thailand is going to be benefit from the free visa between China and Thailand. And it's not only the free visa between China and Thailand. It's actually the government is actually expand the free visa to the other countries. For example, like Canada or like Europe, that they actually expand the free visa. And it's not only like 30 days, it's expand to be 60 days stay in Thailand. And with the passenger service charge plan, the PCS plan that the AOT just recently implement, what is the PSC plan? It's actually like the increasing the airport charge fee. Right now, the airport charge fee for the travelers to enter the country is like, earlier is only like 700 baht. Right now it will be 730 baht. So it's increasing 10 baht. So every 10 baht increase, 30 baht, every 10 baht increase is resulting to the net profit to the TATD by 1.7%. So it's actually like already implementing this PSC charge right now. For the target, I actually put the target price in Thai baht, but you can calculate back into the Singapore dollars to if you would like if you're really interesting into buy like the TATD in the SDR. Next, please. The other one is the Advanced Info Service, or the TADD. Advanced Info Service is actually like the number 2 market shares of the telecommunication business in Thailand. It's actually like doing like the mobile business, roaming, and the internet, Wi-Fi, even fixed broadband. But the highlighting from the advanced info service is that they have a strong growth in the fixed broadband business because of they just recently purchased another uh, broadband provider, the 3BB. This actually after the Singtel became their partner and push the TADD to purchase the 3BB, the another business provider. But and also the advanced info service in Thailand, if comparing to the number one market sharing, which is true, the network stability is more like covering all over the country of Thailand than the other one. Okay, so I have listed next please. So I have like I think I pretty much cover the SDR listed and the most highlighting in the SDR of the 8 SDR listed. Okay. Thanks. Back to you, Ritesh.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Am, for covering the Thai blue chip stocks that are now available for trading in Singapore on SGX. And just to go back to the previous slide, yes, so these are the exact symbols of the 8, actually more than 8, right? Actually, yeah, 8 SDRs that are now available in the SGX, on SGX for you to trade on. And I think particularly what Am was mentioning were the two, which was, I guess, TADD and TATD. So basically your Advanced Info Services and Airport of Thailand is her top pick at this moment. So yeah, I mean, like if you are interested in these, you can invest into these SDRs through the Scythe platform. And what I'll do now is just quickly go through how you can do that. So if you go on to the next slide. All right, so this is how you can access these onto the Scythe platform. I think it is run up already a bit, so maybe we need to let it run through once and I'll come back and let it run again so that we can cover it from the start. So yes, so this is the start screen. So you tap on the brokerage vertical. Then once you are on the brokerage home screen, you can, explore as you usually do the different securities, but then you tap on discover, right? So once you tap on discover, you will be able to see some of the key themes in the US and the Singapore market. So within Singapore, if you click on ASEAN Tigers, that's the first theme listed there, it will basically show all the SDRs over there. And then if you want to access these two particular SDRs that Am was mentioning about, so TADD, you can refer or click on it. You can learn more about both TADD, TATD as well, which is the airports, and know more about them through descriptions, through some key metrics, etc. If you want to see them all in one go, you can also go to the search button at top and just type in SDR, and you'll be able to see all the 8 SDRs come up as well. So pretty easy for you to locate these SDRs on the Syfe app through our brokerage offering. And the good news is that if you really like any of these companies, so whether it is CPOL, which manages, as Am mentioned, the 7-Elevens, and obviously they have a huge footprint across the world, that's available over here. If you are looking at the telecommunications sector, which Singtel has invested into, you can look at that from a TADD standpoint. I think that's the ticker that is going on right now. And if you are bullish on the tourism, boost that Thailand will get as it relaxes its visa regimes, and and it gives more countries access to its pristine beaches, which I'm a big fan of as well. and the culture that also comes in the northern hemisphere, right? Like, on the northern part of Thailand, which is Chiang Mai, etc. So very interesting avenues for you to now not just visit Thailand, but also invest into Thailand, right? And the other good part is, we are currently running a limited time promo. So on all the Thai SDRs, if you buy from now until 31st of August, you get your fees refunded in terms of a cashback into your brokerage account. So yes, feel free to explore. And if you have more questions, etc., obviously you can reach out to us too. But at this moment, these SDRs are now available in SGD, which, as Am mentioned previously, if you really want that exposure into Thailand, it now is very easy for you to get that access in SGD terms without having to incur, transfer fees, etc., and conversion fees, etc., as well. So thanks again, Am, for giving your time to explain us some of the key blue chip stocks today. What we'll do now is maybe open up to Q&A. And I'm sure there'll be a few questions that people will be interested to know more about. So let's look at some of the top questions that we have from clients. Wow, looks like there are a lot of questions over there. Maybe we can take up the top 2 to 3 questions, Am, if you don't mind. I think looking into this, if I go for the first one, just go onto the top. Considering Thailand's rapidly aging society as well as high household debt, what is the likely impact as well as outlook for the next 5 years? What are the risks and opportunities for Syfe investors? So I think, Am, if you could shed some light on this. One of the aspects that also is important is like Thailand, in terms of major contributors to its GDP, obviously tourism is one and then exports is another. So those are two major contributors to Thai economy. So if you look forward 5 years and if you look at these other factors, which is the aging society and the household debt, combine it with these, in key ingredients to the GDP, what are the risks and opportunities that you see in Thailand?
Okay, thank you very much for the question. It's actually Thailand is coming to like we are actually in the aging society right now. And the risk is that the growth of the labor industry labor in the labor manpower in the industry is not growing as much as we expect. But it's also like there is some opportunity sector that could benefit from this aging society also, which is the healthcare business is actually growing after we entering the aging society. But right now I think the SDR is not having like the healthcare yet in the list, but I think pretty much they are will be having like the healthcare SDR for you.
Got it. Awesome. I think the next question, and it is actually very important for a lot of investors in Singapore, when we look at some of the listings in the SGX Stock Exchange, usually, the dividend yield is an important aspect because, from a standpoint of, generating regular income. So it will be good to know which one of these stocks that we spoke about, what kind of dividend yields do they produce?
Yes, among the SDR, it's actually I look into the list. Actually, the bank sector still giving like the best dividend for the index. But the rest you have to see the dividend payout policy also. So among the SDR list, the Kasikorn and Advanced Info Service is the most like paying highest dividend among all the SDR, and also the higher like payout dividend
Got it. Got it. All right. So yeah, I mean, like, as I mentioned, if you, go into the details of some of these SDRs, you should be able to find out that a few of them actually do pay pretty good income. So yes, that should be something for you to also consider in terms of evaluating these stocks. Um, I guess there is a volume question. People are worried about liquidity because the answer to this question is that the volume is the local SGX volume. It is not the high stock exchange volume. So it is really determined by investor participation in the SGX market. Having said that, I think the liquidity can be tight for certain securities because they are new and they're recently listed and all. But hopefully, as we move forward and all, the liquidity will become more and more better. I'm not sure. In the Thai exchange, these securities must be traded pretty heftily. Is what my assumption is. In the Singapore stock market, I think they will initially start off. I mean, at least the smaller ones, the less known ones, will be having lesser volume per se to begin with. But I think at least some of the bigger names, you should be able to find decent volume. And I think at the end of the day, the spreads and all is the determinant, right? So and there, if SGX has the ability to keep it within a tight range, I think that will be a good way for you to then compare it, and then you can deploy your money through the SGD formats and these stocks as well.
Yes, that's correct. It's actually all the S8 SDR listed in the SGX. If you have a look in the Thai stock exchange, all of them is like the heavy traded every day.
Got it. Got it. I think from a fees and charges associated with investing in Thai SDR, so essentially think of these as any other Singapore ticker, right? So the charges are not different. They'll be the same exact charge that you incur for any SGX listed ticker. And as you know, like from our pricing page, you can see, like, depending on which tier you are, there is a fee that you pay for trading into the SGX market. It will be, I think it starts at 0.06% if you're a blue tier client, and it goes all the way to 0.04% if you are a diamond client, right? So pretty low, I would say, compared to most of the brokerage platforms in Singapore. Our brokerage fees are one of the lowest when it comes to trading on the SGX, and the charges are exactly the same as any other SGX listed stock. I guess, like, this one you had alluded to earlier, Tanya, in terms of the set underperforming. This was the case for the first half of 2024. I guess, like, if you were to pick a couple of big catalysts that will result in the turnaround for the set index in H2, maybe we take this to close the webinar for today. And if there are any unanswered questions, we can take it up separately as well.
Okay. As I see the question that so I would like to recap a little bit on the what catalyzed for SET to turn around in the second half. Is actually conclude into main two things. The first one is the government spending the budget that was being delayed. This one it could help our the GDPs to go to pick up to the phase that we are like 2.7%. And the other one is for the stock market, the new implement of the upticks rule that will be helping us from bleeding from the short sale and the naked short that happen right now in Thailand.
Got it. Awesome. I think with that, we will close the session for today. Thank you so much, Am, for covering the economic outlook for Thailand, as well as giving your key inputs about the key catalysts for the Thailand economy, plus the blue chip Thai stocks that are now available on our platform as well. And again, all the folks who are still with us, these are the promo codes for you to use if you are new to Syfe. Feel free to copy this promo code, and if you create an account, if you input these, then you get credits both on the managed portfolios as well as on the brokerage platform. So thanks everyone for joining in today. Hope this session was helpful and useful for you to know more about the Thai economy and also some of the key blue chip stocks that you can now access through SGX and through Syfe. Thanks everyone. Have a good evening. Thanks, Tanya, so much.
Thank you, Ritesh. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.